Hello there, my name is Joshua Brown from the expert interview training website howtobecome.com, and in this training video I will teach you how to pass a civil service interview by using a 30, 60 and 90-day plan. If you are applying for any job role in the civil service, I strongly recommend you take with you to the interview a 30, 60 and 90-day plan that details exactly what you will do in the role. If you take this document with you to your civil service interview, your chances of success will increase significantly. To help you pass your civil service interview, I will cover the following 4 things in this training video. Number 1, I'll explain what a 30, 60 and 90-day plan is for civil service job interviews. Number 2, I will then tell you what to include in your civil service 30, 60 and 90-day plan of action. I'll then teach you how to answer the difficult but common interview question, why should we hire you? That incorporates the 30, 60 and 90-day plan. This question can get asked after your behavioural interview. And finally, I will tell you where you can instantly download my ready-made 30, 60 and 90-day plans for civil service job interviews suitable for all civil service roles. Now, hundreds of you are passing your job interviews at the first attempt. I can only help you pass your civil service interview if you are subscribed. And please hit that like button because that really does energize me to create more great content for you. Thank you very much indeed. Let's get started with the training video where I'll explain what a 30, 60 and 90-day plan is for civil service job interviews. Please take notes. Okay, a 30, 60 and 90-day plan is a document you take with you to the interview that tells the civil service hiring manager what you will do in the first 90 days of starting work in your new job role for the civil service. It's a powerful document that you print off, take it with you to the interview and give it to the hiring manager when answering the question, why should we hire you? Later on, I will give you a brilliant example scripted answer to the question, why should we hire you, that incorporates this plan. Now let me teach you what to include in your 30, 60 and 90-day plan for civil service interviews. On page 1, you should write down your commitment to the civil service. The following are areas that you promise to commit to while working in the role of, and then insert whatever job role that would be. So you will adhere to the civil service code. So you will act with integrity, honesty, objectivity and impartiality, where your actions will be based on evidence and merit serving the government of the day. Another great area to promise that you'll do is understanding and upholding the law. So you'll follow all legal and regulatory frameworks relevant to your role, ensuring compliance with legislation and government policies. You'll also serve the public interest. You'll prioritise the needs and interests of the public, ensuring that my work benefits society and upholds public trust in the civil service. Confidentiality. Protect sensitive information and maintain confidentiality, particularly with regard to classified materials or personal data. Now, it's important to continue this section and mention non-partisanship. Remain politically neutral and refrain from engaging in political activities that could compromise my impartiality, especially in my role. Ethical behaviour. Make decisions and take ethical actions, avoid conflicts of interest and report any unethical behaviour I encounter. Continuous learning and development. Engage in continuous professional development to improve my capabilities and adapt to changing demands in the civil service. Respect for diversity and inclusion. Adopt an inclusive working environment, treating everyone with respect and dignity, and actively support equality and diversity initiatives. And finally, adapting to change. Be flexible and willing to adapt to changes in government policies, priorities, and organisational structures. You then want to sign your name, insert the date, and sign the form with your signature. This is a brilliant way to open your 30, 60 and 90-day plan by starting it off with your commitment to the civil service by putting it in black and white. On page 2, you'll write down my first 7 days at work. This outlines what you would do in the first 7 days of starting work for the civil service, such as introducing yourself to colleagues, familiarizing yourself with workspace and having an initial induction meeting with your line manager. For example, I will introduce myself to my immediate work colleagues, key contacts, and induction buddy. If an induction buddy is not assigned, I will inform my manager so one can be assigned. I will review structure of the department and familiarize myself with the essential functions and how my role contributes to the broader organization. Read any document related to my role, such as current projects and policies. I'll have an initial induction meeting with my line manager to discuss the vision and purpose, values and behaviors of the civil service, mutual expectations and ways of working, objectives and key priorities for the immediate team, setting some initial objectives for myself, and I'll discuss any immediate tasks which I need to focus on. So that is your first 7 days at work. You then move on to your first 30 days. So on page 3, write down my 30-day civil service work plan, detailing your goals for the first 30 days, including getting acquainted with the civil service intranet, establishing working relationships, and beginning mandatory and statutory e-learning. So you could put something like this. You will complete all necessary training and become familiar with the department's mission, goals and structure, review any policies, procedures and systems, clarify role expectations, performance metrics and department challenges with my manager, review past and ongoing projects, schedule meetings with colleagues and key stakeholders to understand roles and contributions, begin contributing to projects, observe workflows, identify areas for improvement, and note these for future discussion, and finally, identify knowledge or skill gaps and take steps to address them. Okay, page 4, you would then write down my 60-day civil service work plan, where you will outline tasks such as completing all e-learning modules and reviewing initial objectives with your line manager. So by the end of the 60 days, you could say you will have deepen your understanding of the department's strategic priorities, and then you can list them here, and then impact of the policies on the community and the stakeholders. You'll then take on more responsibilities and ownership of tasks, share insights from the first 30 days on adding value or improving efficiency, collaborate with the team to meet project milestones, ensure that I am applying the civil service code and success profile behaviors in daily tasks, and engage in internal training and development opportunities, attend relevant working groups and meetings to enhance knowledge, and finally, seek feedback from my manager on the past 60 days and create a plan for improvement and skill development. Okay, on page 5 and 6, this is really important. You will now discuss your 90-day civil service work plan, but here you're going to focus on learning and demonstrating civil service success profiles in your work. This includes outlining each civil service success profile, e.g. taking ownership, enhancing collaboration, and then create a box for examples of when you've demonstrated these values in your role. So for example, you could do something like this. Have learned all civil service success profiles and demonstrated these in my work. Civil service success profile, taking ownership. This could include lead smaller projects, take ownership of tasks to completion, and propose solutions to observe challenges or inefficiencies. Here's the box where you can then provide an example of when you demonstrated taking ownership in your work. You can then do the same for the civil service success profile, enhancing collaboration. That could include strengthening relationships with stakeholders, contribute new ideas in meetings, and facilitate collaboration across teams and external agencies. Again, you'd then provide an example of when you've demonstrated enhancing collaboration in your work. You want to carry this on for all of the civil service success profiles. So for driving improvement, for long-term planning, and then also conclude it with having a one-to-one meeting with your line manager to review the induction period and agree on formal objectives and personal development going forward. And you can put note and the date completed in a section in a box just there as well. So now what we should do, when should you give this document to the hiring manager once you've got it completed? Well, I recommend handing your 30, 60 and 90-day plan to the civil service interviewer when answering the question, why should we hire you? So let me now give you an example answer to that question, why should we hire you, and show you when and how you can deliver this excellent document, this powerful document that's going to make you the standout candidate. Why should we hire you? You should hire me for 3 reasons. Firstly, my skills and experience align closely with the requirements of the role, and I'm deeply committed to improving outcomes while upholding the core values of the civil service. Additionally, I am a team-oriented professional who thrives on collaboration. I am dedicated to supporting my colleagues and working effectively alongside diverse teams to achieve shared goals. Finally, you should hire me because I have created a 90-day plan of action that details what I will do in this civil service position once I commence work, and I would like to give you a copy. This is a brilliant answer to that question, why should we hire you? And if you don't get asked that question, you can always say this during your interview. I've created a 90-day plan that explains what I will do in this role once I commence work, and I would like to give you a copy. Finally, how do you download these plans? Well, you can click that link at any time in the top right-hand corner of this video to download the ready-made 30, 60 and 90-day civil service action plans. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in passing your civil service interview. Have a fantastic day.